Hello. What happened? Music didn't start. Oh, I'm so sorry. So, I think it's tradition right now that I say I'm here in 10 minutes and I'm actually here in 12 minutes. So, hello and welcome to Drakenmemoria. What is Drakenmemoria, you may ask? Well, it's mostly about tabletop RPGs. Yeah, a fair bit of that is... Oh, what's that? Sorry, I'm starting our program and I have publicity. Why? Okay. That's nice. I'm on Steam right now. Oh, 4 minutes ago. Okay. So, as I was saying, it's a bit of a tradition right now. I say it about... Come on. I said I'll be there in 10 minutes, and I'm here actually in 12 to 13 minutes. And apparently I misclicked the music. Instead of having 10 minutes of storm, you got 10 minutes of absolute, complete silence. That's great. Alright, so, as I was saying, today is the map making stream. Hold on, you'll see. It's gonna be there. Map making and maybe a little bit of world building. Although world building is more when we make large maps. Not city map. Well, city might be, but this is really just a village. Hold on. It's longer than usual. We'll get there. Here we go. And we are here. Okay. It's a little bit too big. Okay, that's roughly the right height, but... Give me a moment. It was a weird start. I'll admit it. Even I was surprised. I'm usually pretty good at controlling when I go to the bathroom, and then suddenly my stomach just said, actually no, this time I don't care that it's not a good time. You're going. So that was fun. Alright. Alright, we got everything. Everything's there. Good. Just a little bit more like this, I think. Okay, good. So, I keep diverging. It's about tabletop RPG. Drakenmemoria. We have a live campaign on Wednesdays and a rebroadcast of the live campaign on Friday. But Thursdays is map making and world building. And yeah, I do admit, world building is nice. I've been having difficulty finding the time to do a lot of world building. But I think I may have... Yeah, something can be done. The reason that all of the other maps that we've made haven't been exported on my Patreon page, so you can actually buy them if you want, is because I've been having difficulty finding the time. I'm not a fast worker in any circumstances. I am a very focused worker, but not a fast one. By that I mean, once I start working, I can work on something until the next morning when I realize that I should have went to sleep and I didn't. Oh yeah. So the reason is why you haven't found any of those maps there is because I'm having difficulty finding time to finish them with names. But I've been saying that I want to do world building, so maybe once we're done with this, what I'll do is we're going to go back on our maps and we're actually going to world build a little bit. Take notes. So if you buy one of those maps, you'll have suggestions that you can follow or not. Maybe it's going to be interesting. Who knows? But for now, we have this. And like I said, the fourth map is finally completely up on YouTube. Field. The fourth map is finally up on YouTube. No, I want. Okay, good. That's annoying. Okay. Like this. The fourth map is finally up on YouTube. I'm currently editing the fifth map. Come on, just do it a little bit rounder. Yeah, that's it. I'm currently making the fifth map. Editing the fifth map that we've made. No. Okay, I thought. Okay, that's rounder. It's also a little bit rounder. Like this. Okay. Yeah. That's because. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make it a little bit cleaner. But what was I saying about this map? I think we got everything with this map. Paths. Path. Is it? Okay, that's as high as it goes. Okay. Maybe. What is this one here? What's the width? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well, that's interesting. Oh, but when you're in front of that, I think here the road should definitely be. Oh, okay. Let's block the path. Let's go with the field again. And let's just change that a little bit. Path. And let's go like this. Which means block the path, the field. Like this. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's good. Right, okay. I think we do have everything we need for this one. Alright, is everything still in groups? I feel like sometimes there are maybe shortcuts that that's nice. Oh yeah, that's right. Trying to make a grid. Right. That's what we wanted to do today. It's something that I haven't played a lot with. Because usually, Usually I make a battlefield if I want my players to have to fight. And it's going to be a battlefield made with another program. But why not try and do this here? Well, that really doesn't matter. Paper size. How about custom? Okay, so show map area. Okay, that's the map. Oh goodness, here it is. Well, that's a small map. Show grid. Okay. No, that's okay. It allows me to see the grid. Probably the color. We want to have it more black. Okay, yeah, that's good. Grid type squares. Okay. Oh, goodness. And that's it. That's as many as we can have. Extend grid. Ah, that's interesting. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay, no, I don't wanna. Okay. So, I think we said that grid with 5x5. I don't know what that is. Tile size, what about 3? What about 5? Doesn't seem to change a lot of things. What about 2? What about 2? No, I don't know what that changed. I think it's really just the surface. Okay, I think it's really just the paper itself. Landscape paper. Okay, yeah, that's when you want to print. Okay. Oh, now that's better. Yeah, that's better. All right. No. Okay. Okay, that's where the grid is. That's the rotation. Okay, that's easy enough to get. Okay. Opacity. Oh, that's cool. Thickness. Interesting. Really thin. No, I don't want a shadow of the grid. Okay. Area border, okay. Show grid, no, yes. How do I turn that off? Where did the color go? Okay. Right. Okay, so we don't have much of a choice for that. Tile size. What if I do 100? Column. Hey, hello. Super Foxer YT. I'm okay. Trying to figure out how the grid, if I can turn off the square itself. The grid is nice because that's okay. We're almost done with this map. We're probably gonna start a new one after. The longest things have been made. Start look at my campaign. Nice. Oh boy, even I'm scared about what might happen to my party of 5 min-maxer level 20. Whoa. Well, if it's the last fight, it's a bit normal that you're gonna be worried. I mean, if it's the last fight, they should be in danger. So that's kind of normal. So we said we wanted 10. Let's try and... Okay, like this. Let's see if and that's it. Okay, yeah. This should be 10 feet. Just a little over 10 feet. Okay. I've always told my player that the last fight, that there are only a handful of fights which are designed to put them in danger completely, where they could fail and die. Okay. Now we have it. It's the last mandatory fight. They've been doing all the secret and secondary boss fight except the last one because he was tougher than what they expected, and to be honest, since it was the final secret boss fight, I did make him stronger than the final boss. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you can. Probably be easier if you send it through the email that I have. It's just below the window. Like this. No, come on. No, I want... Okay. Yeah, something like this. Okay, so that's 10 feet. Which means... 2.5. Okay, that should be the right size. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, yeah, usually when you click on it, it should open the app that you use for email. At least that's what it does for me if I click the link. You can check it just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure it works at least for me. Hold on. Let's see. Emails. Yeah. It. Oh, yeah. You can hear me talk. Hold on. Just gotta close the sound. There you go. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I get it. All right. Well, in that case, Drakenmemoria, Drakenmemoria@gmail.com. So DRAKENMEMORIA, and it's a Gmail address. Should probably try Oh, why is it so big right now? How about I do 50? Oh, that's nice. Oh, because it's based on squares. Oh, that's interesting. If I increase the quantity of squares, it goes up. Is that it? Interesting, interesting. Let's test this out. And yeah, it does. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I lost the border. Here it goes. Okay, now I see the border. Okay. Okay, here are the borders. Okay, well, that. Alright, thanks. I'll go check it out as soon as we're done with this. Okay, so now I know about that. But does that reflect the quantity of tiles there are here? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I lost my count. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30, okay. And is it actually 24 rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24. Interesting. I like that. Alright. Now, did that change anything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. It didn't. What about 40 and 40? Agree with 40 and 40? Doesn't seem to be a 40 tiles. Oh, okay. A change. So now if I, okay. Okay, we might actually have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2. Damn it. There's a loss of my campaign. Would you like to know about my campaign? It's a slow-moving campaign, in part because my players tend to over-prepare and, well, over-prepare plan A and then jump directly to plan B 5 minutes in, which they barely prepared. They argue a lot. They overthink some things. And because my world are very extensive, they asked me to give them less freedom because there were moments where they just said, well, that's what's confusing about your world. It's because even if we decide to go in the wrong direction, there's still going to be a lot to do. And that's confusing. So, there's that. But other than that, it's a traditional campaign of heroes. But I tend to have my players be more the linchpin. I have players to say, if we don't one-shot the enemy, we're a disgrace to ourselves. Well, they would feel like disgrace with me. Because the way that I balance my fight is that I calculate when I build a monster, I make sure that even the weakest player can sustain 2 rounds of them receiving damage from the monster. But I also calculate the high average of damage that all of them can do. And I make sure that the monster has enough hit point to sustain 2 full rounds of that. So they never do it in a single shot. On the RNG. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. 38, 39, 40. Okay, I think we got the 40 by 40. Okay, we actually gotta... And to give them a little bit of space when they're fighting, just in case too many critical hits or something like this, I always calculate 2 maximum hit points for the monster. There's the average hit point, if I had to roll everything, and there is the maximum hit point. Maximum hit point that they can have, and very often I'll give a little bonus if the players actually manage to kill the enemy at its maximum hit points. But if I see that they are struggling, the moment that they reach the average hit point, I'll give them the fight. To resume what I mean, had a passive that was I roll a dice. This is the damage it can do. Anything else is just polishing my nails while I beat you to pulp. Okay. How did they take it? 3 by 3. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I have to have it at that size. That's the grid itself. If the player wants to. It's a little bigger than what I wanted. No, I just want the grid itself. Come on, give me the grid. Oh, that's because it's over there. Never mind. Okay, this is 5 feet. This is 10 feet, so it should be a little bigger. Okay, that's nice, I think. That's 10, that's a little too big. That's oh, that's right. Dummy. Until they got to the point of no return in the final dungeon, and they were like, why'd you do that? And I told them, the time I had put against 2 healer, you only spam chilling touch till the one that could died, and then just started steamrolling the one that 2 turns. What? Oh, I didn't explain to them how it worked until they got to the point of no return in the final dungeon, and they were like, why'd you do that? Told them the time I had put you against 2 healer, you only spam chill touch till the one that could do anything died, and then just steamroll. Okay, yeah, well, let's. Yeah, no, the player will do that. They'll often try to find shortcuts. You know, players will do that. Okay, I think that's it. That's how. So that's 10 feet plus a little bit. And that works. Which means this should be twice. Yeah, that's it. That works. Yeah, players will often try to find a problem, something that they can exploit. It can be annoying. I think that I have a homebrew rule that those 5 buffs don't actually kill them, just send them back to the room prior once they all die. Okay. Okay, that's the resolution. Okay, I get it. Oh, come on. Yes, I do have a few homebrewed rolls. Anything that didn't make too much sense for me. So jumping, I homebrewed it a little because it didn't make sense if you take into account world records and things like this. So, how about that? Boom. Yeah. Okay. So there's a bit of homebrewing for that. Healing annoyed me the way it is right now because it's way too forgiving. I mean, you push someone all the way to 0 hit points, which technically means that they've received lethal damage. The major organs have been hit. They've probably been pierced side to side by a weapon, and they just sleep it off for one day. So I put a maximum. I put some restriction. So if they're letting biology heal them, then they first gotta make a what is it called? Medicine roll. If they succeed, then they can use as many hit dice as they want when they go to sleep. If they don't succeed, then any hit dice they put will. Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know it was like Pathfinder. Yeah, but essentially, if they do it naturally, it's gonna take longer. But no restriction on magic because magic is magic. So my player took it rather well. They just adopted the idea that before going to sleep, they just need to use magic. You pull and add one on a save. I give them the choice to either get the average damage or risk it, but whatever number it comes is multiply. Okay. Oh yeah, no. Some people like that level of risk. Always depends on your players. I've been contemplating the idea of natural one on a save actually mean it's a critical strike. You just were completely and utterly surprised, and then, oh no. Oh, come on, stop. But, no. Players like feeling secure. They don't like too many insecurities. No, usually. Can I get 40? It's good for a player that they know that they'll survive the initial round, initial fight, or initial anything like that. So, oh yeah. So let's go with 45 and 45. Oh, come on. Come on, give it to me. There we go. One time in battle, two-player roll and that one on the same attack. One asks for an average and the other for the multiply. I ended up rolling the max damage that attack and send on the ask down the saving throw. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can easily just say, well, it was your choice. You wanted to do that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, come on. Stop it. Why are you being this capricious? Alright. What, really? 5 square. And oh. How about I go like this? And 150 divided by 2, it's 75. Okay. Okay. I think that means it's going to be okay, that's decent. Oh, come on. Alright, let's go with 71. See? 71. Alright. column, that's rows. How about we go with 60? Oh, that works. That works. Oh, nice. Okay. Let's go with 55. Ah, that's too much. 56. So far, the battle that my players have liked the most is one where the boss that they were fighting would absorb whatever was thrown at them. So, but only in specific times. And it was sort of a bit of an odd fight in the sense that I would decide when the monster would be beaten by evaluating can the player successfully get to the next evolution point. If they could, then there would be another one. If they couldn't, then that would be the round that they needed to finish it. So, for example, I think they were level 10. They started the fight, and it was a normal person. When they ended the fight, when the first HP block reached 0, it was with a piercing attack. So the attack went right through the monster, and it started billowing out poisonous fog, as the blood would simply vaporize. And then starts again. Same amount of hit point. When they reach the end of that pool of hit point, one of them used, I think it was what's it called again? Sickening Radiance. So the monster gained an immunity to radiant damage. So they had to adapt their strategy to this. Another block ended, and it was with a slashing. So part of the monster split, and because of that, it grew one size because the damage forced it to recombine the part that had been cut off, and through that large injury, another limb grew out, and so now it had one attack more. It was one size larger, and so instead of having D10s, what? My lizard boss? How long's on your map, by the way? Is that two different questions? So that's he would simply grow them back. It would happen at the end of the stat block. So I think every grouping of hit points were 90 hit points, I think, or 120. So when they reach that point, that's when things happen. The monster would change depending on what the last attack was. If it was fire damage, then you would gain either fire resistance or a fire attack. Slashing would give him a new limb. Bludgeoning would increase its armor. Piercing would create something that would billow out. So it could have been a new limb, depending on what type of damage. The damage influenced it. If they had started using things like haste, He might have gained the ability to haste himself. So it was a rather large thing like this, and when I reached the point where the monster had grown enough that I thought that they couldn't do 2 blocks like this, that's the block that they had to finish with. And they barely made it out because slowly he was gaining immunities to all the types of damage that they could deal out. So one player at one point says, I can't do anything anymore, so I'm just going to try and distract it. And another one said, okay, well, the fight's... Yeah, well, eventually they would run out of possibilities. That's why there was this element of me evaluating thing, because I didn't just want the fight to be impossible. And the monster was completely growing out of proportion. I think it had grown by the end. It had added 2 limbs. Its armor class had increased 2 points. It was immune to fire, radiant, and acid. And had 4 arms. Well, because it keeps increasing, you can't use the normal stat for the players. The normal CT rating. You can't use it. So it started out, I think it was 10. Because there were 10, and I knew that they could easily beat a creature that had a rating of 10. They'd showed me that I can't just send them a monster with the same rating as their level, like it should be in the rules. No, well, they couldn't have, because it wasn't a normal monster. It was a person who had sold its soul to a specific god. A god that its whole thing is being able to change. It doesn't have a shape. It's literally called the Unshaped. So they wouldn't have been able to tame it. Oh, they've been tempted. They've been tempted. But none of them actually gave in. They're sort of very aware that this would be a really bad thing, and they want to be heroes, even though it doesn't necessarily always show. But in the end, they want to be heroes. I would be worried if they didn't. If I saw that they were easily corruptible, I probably wouldn't have made that possibility. I've tempted them several times during the story so far. So I know that they are intent on staying heroes, of being a force for good. And that god definitely seemed to not be on the side of good. So I was confident because of that. All right. Now then, the interesting Okay. No, I don't want a video. Where is it going to be? Don't know. Alright. Quality, the size of the screen. Okay. Okay. Where is it? Said that's. Is this where it is? Microsoft, no, Hearthstone, Diablo. Okay, no. Okay. Where is it? Oh, no, I'm. I just exported the map. I'm trying to find where it is. Export visual screen. The visual screen can be changed in setting dialogue shift. Yeah, no, I know. Okay, yeah, no, let's go with something that has a little bit more information. Screen. Okay, it takes a little bit more time. User project. Where's that? No. No. Oh. I can't find it. Image project. No, that's not the right project. What's the... Come on, where is it? That's the only way that I can figure out if everything works. User project. Alright, let's try and figure this out. It's called settlement. Let's see. Can you find it? Okay. I don't know where it went. That's not a problem I was expecting. Ah. Oh, yes, I did. No, I just can't find it on my computer. Okay. They give a link. Oh, that's interesting. At least they thought about it. I can't find it on my computer, but the program gives you a link on this mysterious file. Sure, why not? Where is that? Yeah, no, I know it's on. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Should there should be a path somewhere. That's supposed to be the. Oh, it's the screen. Export map area. Oh, interesting. That's an interesting point that you just made. Here is the path. Oh wow, that would have taken so long for me to find it. Interesting. Okay. That's a good point that you just brought up. It is just yeah, yeah, you did. Okay, is there a setting for that? Map area? Okay, let's try this. Export folder. Okay. Maybe I just need to go back a little. Oh, export map areas. Maybe that's what I want. Okay. Let's see. Whoa. Well, that's interesting. It's really separated and okay. Oh, that can be interesting for other things. Not what I'm trying to do right now, but for other things. Right. Now go back. Well, thank you for having been here tonight. That actually really did help. Okay. Which means now I have to go 142, 142, and 112. 112. No, I'm not leaving. I just started. I still have an hour and 20 minutes for tonight. No, I'm just gonna stop. This is just a template. Spent the last, I don't know, I think month creating most of the assets here. And the goal is to make the average village, because my ultimate goal is to put all of this on my Patreon and try to sell the maps. So we have world maps, now we're making village maps. Different types of settlement. That's why I wanted the grid, because people would be able to play, for example, with Dungeons and Dragons. All right. And that is No. I only dabbled with the grid once, and the first time I got it really by almost accident. So that was the first time that I was playing with the grid and the export, and makes sense. All right, so this is that village. It's a good village if you want to have something that, if you want to have your player arrive in a village that is at the end of a road, and not too close to anything else. Well, that's the goal of this, so that you can use it anywhere. So yeah, this is the end of a road. Usually, it's gonna be. Well, at the end of a road. I was trying to say something clever, but I couldn't figure it out. Well, to be quite honest, it sort of would feel okay for an idea similar to Diablo 1. You know, this is the village of Tristram. Although Tristram is more of a town than a village, but especially in Diablo 3, it really is a town. I could go check. I could go check. Hold on, hold on. Okay. No, I don't want to. No, come on. No, I don't. Ask me again later. Oh, wow. I think I skipped a few weeks. There are a lot of email in here. Hold on, hold on. Jeez Louise. Okay. Oh wow, it's been 3 weeks already? Time moves forward really fast. Even faster for me. I've always been someone that works a little slower than the average person. I was built to live in a time where the season is your point of comparison, not the speed at which your computer compiles. Okay. One time in my entire life where I felt like... Oh, really? What channel is that? Okay. The one time in my life where I felt like I was moving at the proper speed for me, although it was just a little bit fast, but not enough to be uncomfortable, was when I did a pilgrimage in France and Spain. I did the St. James Way. I walked for 2 months and 3 weeks, uninterrupted. That was a nice speed for me, living at that pace. That felt comfortable. Oh, what's that? Okay, we're almost there. Almost there. I think I found it. Huh. I got a friend request. Oh, that's interesting. Never gave me. Ah, here we go. Link to drive. Guess for commodity. Oh. Oh, goodness. The future, the princess, and the artificer. Which file is it? Is in the one that has final boss, and it's called final boss. Okay, that should be easy to find. Final boss. Final boss shenanigans? Okay. Armor class. Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah. Um... Well... You're using an official image. I'm not sure that I can actually show this. Because those images are copyrighted. So I'm not sure how flexible that is. Well, it does say Chrono Trigger on the image, so they're fan made. And can you vouch for these fans? Alright, well, I can at least read, so people can at least know what I'm looking at. So, armor class 20, hit points 310. What level are your, oh, level 20 you said. Okay. That's right, that's right. Strength 28, dexterity 8, constitution 22, intelligence 1. So it's really just an animal. Interesting. Wisdom 12. Charisma, well, 6. It's a... So saving throw, a bonus on strength and constitution. Well, yeah, it's the highest stat. Damage resistance, fire, lightning, cold, thunder, and force. Damage immunity, poison, necrotic, condition immunity, charm, frighten, paralyzed, stunned, blinded. Tremor sense, 120 feet. Dark vision. Dark vision. Okay. Alright. Passive perception. 11. Okay. Oh, yeah. No proficiencies. Okay, okay. Traits. Alien biology. Shell is incomprehensible and immune to divination magic and spell-like identify. Cannot be detected by detect magic or scrying. Okay, so it's sort of hiding. Siege damage. Double damage on structure and object. Endless burrow. Ignores difficult terrain caused by rock. Yeah, okay. Can burrow through anything, essentially. Multi-attack. 2 slam. It's heavily inspired by Chrono Trigger, is it? I recognize the name of the attacks. Okay. So it is essentially the last boss. The last boss in Chrono Trigger, Levos. Yeah, I know, I saw the... Are your player actually playing the original characters, or are they creating, making their own? Oh, that's the secret boss. Okay, okay. Why did they become bosses? Da da dum. Cure. I cannot be the action. Okay. All right, so I recognize the 3 stages of the Lavos fight, and I recognize the name of the attacks as always. I've just started reading the Inner Shell. Armor class 21, hit points 410. The stats are slowly improving, better, same strength, same constitution, dexterity is increasing, intelligence is increasing, wisdom, charisma. Really? You find Lavos charisma? Charismatic? Well, it is imposing. Crash landing into the yeah, just like in Chrono Trigger. Yeah. You could probably see, you got most of the immunities. Maybe you don't need charisma because it's immune to being charmed, frightened. What other conditions are there? I think charm, frightened, and I don't know. I think it covers most of things. Yeah, but no, but I agree. It's annoying when the players use a weakness in one of the stats, so they think that the monster doesn't have good charisma, so they try and use charisma-based spell. Void Bloom, Cosmic Action, 2 claw or 1 claw attack and a recharge weapon. Okay. Legendary action. Area of effect. Occupied space and a creature within 10 feet emerge must see it exercise or fall prone. Okay, a way to go under and put people down. Then we have the core. Even more hit points. Oh, when the stats keeps increasing. 24 armor class. Oh, it gains a flying speed. Yeah. And say flying speed. Although, I feel that it's more a floating speed than a flying speed that the last phase of Lavos had. Oh, the strength lowers a little bit, but everything else increases. Interesting. Dexterity increases, all the stats become completely maxed out. Super constitution. Yeah. But I think the hold on. Beholders can't fly, but they hover. Is it stated that they flying speed or hovering speed? Hold on. Beholders. Alright, flying and between parentheses hover. Okay. Okay, so where were we? We're here. Strength 24, Constitution 26, Intelligence 28, Wisdom 22, Charisma 26. I don't think it needs 26, but damage resistance, fire, cold, lightning, radiant, thunder. Why would it be resistant to radiant damage? Oh, because you're going off of the damage base in Chrono Trigger. Okay. Then you should probably add the 3 base attack. Bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing, because Isla has non-magical attack. Immunity, necrotic poison. Condition immunity, charmed, frightened, stunned, paralyzed, blind, and deafen. True sight. Passive perception. Telepathy. As risen half damage. Resistance has normal damage. As if the target had vulnerable. Ouch. Breaker, breaker, special condition. If the character gets resistance to damage type, which triggers all damage of that type reduce their maximum HP instead of. Okay, yeah. There's something similar elsewhere. Things that reduce the maximum hit points. Per damage type, spell of 6th level, unless the caster succeed. So he basically has a globe of invulnerability. Always active. Multi-attack, 3 attack. And I recognize the attacks from Chrono Trigger itself. So I'm guessing from that you're at least expecting the fight to last 4 rounds. A lot of legendary actions. Mythical action. Interesting concept. And all the character legendary. Yeah, we're always stuck with everything we give to the players. Okay, and the heroes call upon the strength of those who stood against fate before them. Use the action to evoke this ability once per round. The whole party during the final. Have us roll a d8. A temporal rift open, and one of the legendary heroes from across time answers the call, or not. Using this enemy and roll a character which you haven't defeated. Nothing happens. So they have to fight the cast of Chrono Trigger during the fight, or as a separate fight, and they can summon them there. They are separate fights. Okay. Interesting. Well, like you said, gotta get creative, because players gain more and more abilities and object and blessings throughout their adventure. And it looks like you gave them a lot. Oh, why didn't they want to attack Magus? Okay. Interesting. I did create on occasions world that were based on already existing scenarios. With Dungeons and Dragon, I created a Breath of Fire universe. One player didn't like its character, and of course the dragon the Dragon of Light was a mystery. It could be any of the players, and they would only learn, I think, after 2/3 of the story, which one of them it was. We're a 2DM doing this, and it was his idea to do it like this. I personally would have rather chose to have the Dragon of Light to be an NPC that they would eventually meet. Because in a lot of my stories, I enjoy it more if the characters aren't all-powerful heroes at the end. They're more the linchpin necessary for things to go the right way. That little nudge that pushes everything from total disaster to saving the world. So, in that sense, I probably would have, if I'd been the only dungeon master, I would have made it so that the Dragon Warrior would have been an NPC. Using another game system, Mekton, that was an I. I consoled. I advised how to make a Star Fox type game. And using Dungeons and Dragons, although it was a slightly modified system, I did recreate Transformer. How did you try to adapt it? It always depends on how you want to do something. Everything can work. Doesn't necessarily mean that it should work, but sometimes it's just a question of doing it right. Okay. Alright. Let's try this one last time. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a big one. So, export visible area. The result can be changed in setting. Export the framed area. Okay, that's what I want. There we go. Export folder, and we have the map. Oops, sorry. We actually have a full map. Nice. The export worked. Okay. Well then. Now that we have proof of concept for everything, we actually have a map, probably going to rename it. Let's start on the second map. It's still written episode 1 in the title. Alright, so hold on. I'm extra careful now. Alright. Now, when you're trying to adapt a game directly into any game system, there's always a risk. With the way that D&D work, they do make initiative a central element to the whole thing. Alright, let's try and make a new one. New map. And we call it Save As Settlement 2. And 2. Alright. So hold on, what is the TP? It's been a while. What does the TP system look like again? Come on, I know. Okay. Yeah, come on. Okay. How could we adapt a So it's basically just a learning system. It's how you'd learn to evolve a technique. Okay. I guess you could always mix it with spells. So to make a new way to craft spells, yeah, I can see why other DM would have told you to not go with this, because Dungeons and Dragon is not a skill-based RPG. It's a level base. That doesn't mean you can't do this, but it's more difficult. It would have to rely on a system that's similar to the spells, which means for example, level 1 spell, I think you need 1 hour to learn it. A study, then you have to make a roll. So it would have to be something like this. The skill can only be learned at a specific level. Once you reach the level, yeah, okay. I think it would be possible to adapt. You still there, Super Foxer? So, new settlement. So that settlement would work. The last one we did would work well at the end of the road. Maybe leading to a lost village or something in a bit of a clearing. Now, what would the rest look like? So there are near river. There is near a mountain and near a forest, which would basically imply that everything is in a different place. I don't know, I'm having difficulty seeing it. Would there be a way to make mountains? Hold on. No, I don't think we have a way to make mountains. Flour, dirt, stone, grounded stone. Well, apparently, Super Foxer, you've left the chat and went to do something else. Well, it was interesting talking to you. Feel free to stop by anytime you're there. Now, let's go back to that village that we were making. Okay, so that's the sea, that's the lake. Here's the thing with the villages. I don't think you'd see a village near a forest, because the idea is nice, but it's fantasy world. They know that there's going to be something horrible in the forest. That doesn't mean there can't be anything. Yeah, I don't have anything to make a village that's at the back of it is a forest and a mountain, things like this. There can be one that's close by, but they're always going to try and have some room around it. Just want to look at the cities that I've made. Yeah, there's always a little bit of room. People need room in order to make villages. So I think that creating a village just specifically near a cliff or a forest sort of doesn't work. And by near, I mean directly on it. 20 feet away and the forest starts. It would make more sense that it's something like, right, 50 feet away from the center of the village, there is a guard post, and 20 feet away from that guard post is the entrance, the beginning of the forest, or something like this. Because people have always been scared of forests. There's a lot of very good things in forests. You can forage, you can find food, medicine. But there has always been this concept of forests are dangerous. Mountain, that's tricky. Because what happened if there is a major landslide? Now again, there have been villages made at the base of the mountain. So maybe that's more of a case-by-case settlement type. Yeah. It's more of a case-by-case settlement type. Feel like, yeah. Yeah, okay. It's more a case by case. The settlement we just did, there's room around it. Now at the end of a road, there's always a possibility that there is no room on one side. either because a river is there, a mountain is there, or a forest is nearby. So I guess we've got five variants of the end of road village. One where there's ample room everywhere, and one where there isn't a lot of room everywhere. Yeah. So, with that in mind, we start our second segment, which means we started with dirt path, wide dirt path, and we have our dirt path entering the village. Obviously, there can be multiple configuration for a lot of things, but path always has hold on. What? Oh, here we go. Oh. Hold on, hold on. Just reading something quickly. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Sorry for that brief interruption. Okay. So if I am, come on, all right. If I am someone traveling, I want the road to end with something that I feel comfortable. If I am founding a village, oh, okay. If I am founding, yeah, I just want to have 3 so I can actually add points easily. So this one to add one here, and this one to add one here. Okay. There we go. So, I want at the end of the road to have the inn. Means that's the normal thing to have. We got the inn. Let's say that there's no room in front. Or very little room in front. I feel like if there's very little room in front. Okay, I just have to see it in my mind. What will be in front? If there's very little room in front, meaning that it's probably right at the exit of a forest or something like this. You know, it's a village that appeared there because it's a long trek through the forest, and that village just appeared there. So maybe you've just traveled, I don't know, 500 feet, 1,000 feet, and you reach that. What else would there be? Could make it round. Meaning we'd have, where is it? Flour, dirt. We don't need that one. We don't need that one. Meaning we have dirt. I want the handles, I want the handles, I want the handles, and I want the handles. Let's... Oh, come on, stop it. Don't start with that again. Okay. Well, maybe it's just a question of... Yeah, like that. Makes it rounder. Okay. Maybe just a little too big. Okay, like this. That's sort of the town square. So, which would mean... not necessarily. No, that's a barn. Alright. major building would be around I didn't create the granary? Oh. Temple. Let's make a little bit of variety. So you'd have temple here. You'd have maybe the blacksmith here. Maybe the barn is, and this one is going to be like this. No, stop increasing the distance. It's always important that you have an outhouse. Okay, that's annoying. Asset editor. Open the outhouse. Outhouse. One. Open. Okay. As soon as right at the center. Open. 3. Right at the center. So why is it open outhouse 2? Open outhouse 3. I don't get it. Outhouse 1? They're all right in the center. Why are they acting like this? No. Anyways. Okay. Okay, it's probably just a little too big. There, this one here, here we go. Like this, like this, like this, and no, no, stop it. Stop it. Bob it. Twist it. Go. Oh, yes. Here we go. Here we go. That's how you do it. Here we go. Should it be larger than the tavern? Yeah. It's supposed to be able to have everyone at the same time. And not be all squished up. So, yeah. Okay. So, the road connects here. That's the town square. There's the temple at the entrance. There's the blacksmith. And there's an outhouse for the blacksmith. Oh, wow, that sounds rough. Sorry. I just... Oh, it's a workspace. That's the outhouse. And it turns on itself. Oh, right. Menu, open, work, single home, better well, outhouse, 1, 2, 3. Oops, no, that's... Small workspace, here we go. That's why. And that should work for the workspace. Yeah, I want to place a workspace. Here we go. Yes, okay. Well, that's interesting. Slightly annoying, but interesting. Open the inn. Barn for the inn? No, I really want just the inn. Village. Looks bad. Single family home. Blacksmith, work mill, small village inn. Here we go. Okay. Let's unlock everything. Go. Okay. Oh, goodness. I'm gonna center everything so it's easier to move it. Has everything been selected? Yes. So it's supposed to be like this. Oh, that's going to change. Oh, shit. That's going to change the emplacement of things on the other map. Come on. Yeah, that changed the emplacement. Oh, that's annoying. Group, the inn. That's gonna change the emplacement for a lot of things. Okay, well, fortunately, it's not too much. It's house. No, I don't want that. I want this. I'm doing this for nothing because of the house. Okay. Let's lock everything back. Okay. Okay, there we go. Open file. It's almost right at center. Okay. Open. Six. That's 5. They're all slightly out of place. Okay. This. All close. Save. Open 4. Open all. Okay. Save. That's house 4. Okay. We open everything. Right at center. Close everything. Save. Open. That's 3. That's 2. Alright, then new one. Good. Oh. I was hoping that I could simply just select everything and okay. Right at the center, close all, save, open. That's house 2, that's house 1. Right at the center, close all, save, open. So those are the, here we have the family houses, a little bit bigger. Oh, I think it's, oh, that would be nice. It's almost at the center. Save, open, family home. Yeah, let's go in. Open at center. Alright, open. Barn 1. Center. Okay, we're good. Village blacksmith. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, the village blacksmith is good. Small workspace. Mill. The mill is a little off center. Go. Small village inn. Yeah, I just put that at the right place. Oops. No. Now you're just being annoying. Oh, come on. Stop. Okay. Oh, place of prayer. Okay, that's... Well, to be fair, it's well placed. Okay. I just want to check something for the single home. Yeah, okay. That's 10 feet. Yeah, okay. Okay. Village Whisperer outhouse. It's right in the center. Outhouse 2. Right at center. House. Right at center. The well. Right at the center. No, those aren't. Outhouse. The better well. The barn. Well, it's almost nearly at the center. Which is adjust that. Yeah, I think that's mostly it. Lock everything, open. What's that? Stop it. Okay. Now that everything has been market, temple, blacksmith. And the inn. The inn needs to be re-added. The barn needs to be re-added. Got 2 homes. Homes added. Homes added. Okay. Is it the blacksmith? Your outhouse. Oh. Did I change the place of one of them? Okay. And houses. Yeah. Right into there. There we go. Homes didn't change all that much. There we go. And a workplace that's behind it. Okay, we lock fields. And put it in the fields. And we add everything back. Said we add everything back. Okay. Everything's been corrected. But that did make me think about outhouse. Okay. Blacksmith. Here we go. Do you have to give the blacksmith an outhouse? Let's go with something like that. Okay. Add it to blacksmith. Okay, that's good. And now we have the temple. I think here could be good. I mean, priests. Got love there. Like this. Where is it in there? Okay. Yeah, no, I don't need this one. that here, and we add a little dirt path that goes like this. Oh, stop. Stop. Okay. And the path would go here up to there. No. Let's put it here. Let's add this to the temple. Add it 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 to the temple. Which means we only have that left. There you go, like this. Oh, come on, stop it. We got a path, and we add this to path, and we add this to path. Here we are. Now everything's been fixed. Can we rename? No, I'd have to find the files. Okay, never mind. Oh, look. All right. All right, we're back here. Yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. I mean, we've done a lot. We've helped someone else with their campaign. They've helped us figure out an element of the software, and we have done everything. We even started a new settlement. So I think that's enough for tonight. Let's finish this for tonight. So with this, look at some sound of crackling fire. Go. Yeah. So with this, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a pleasant whatever part of it is, wherever you are in the world. Hope to see you again next week, where we keep making more maps. Remember, if you enjoy... Oh, goodness. Sorry. If you enjoyed the episode or the channel, it is very much appreciated if you decide to support us. So you can support the stream by following us, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and subscribing. So we got Twitch, we got Twitter, X, YouTube. You can also support the channel financially by making a donation, becoming a Patreon. And if you're already doing all this and you want to do more, or if you can't do any of this but still want to do something, there's a very free thing you can do that always helps, and that is spreading the word of the channel. So, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for watching. See you again next Thursdays for maps, or Wednesday or Friday for the indie campaign. Wednesday the live one, Friday the rebroadcast, the live one, both at 7:30, but Wednesday is Western Coast time, and Friday is Eastern Coast time. Sorry if you live in the center. But you can at least decide which one is easier for you. And I think no matter what, it's going to be same time. So, no. Yeah, no. It's just not going to be as severe of a time difference. That's all. Interesting. All right. Well, like I was saying, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for watching. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.